Great white sharks have long been shrouded in mystery and fear, largely due to popular media and age-old myths portraying them as monstrous man-eaters lurking in the depths of the ocean. These misconceptions have not only skewed public perception, but have also hindered conservation efforts for these magnificent creatures. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss new stories. And also, write a comment what story you would like to hear next. The myth that great white sharks are voracious man-eaters is one of the most pervasive and damaging misconceptions about these marine animals. This myth has been sensationalized by movies, sensational media coverage, and folklore, painting a picture of great whites as relentless predators of humans. However, the reality is far from this portrayal, and understanding the truth is crucial for both human safety and shark conservation. Statistically, the likelihood of being attacked by a great white shark is extremely low. According to the International Shark Attack File, ISAF, you are more likely to be struck by lightning or injured in a car accident than to be bitten by a shark. The number of unprovoked shark attacks worldwide is relatively small, and fatalities are even rarer. This data suggests that great white sharks do not actively seek out humans as prey. Great white sharks have a diet that primarily consists of marine mammals, such as seals, sea lions, and small whales. They are adapted to hunting these large, fatty prey for their high energy needs. Their hunting strategy, which often involves a powerful burst from below to surprise their prey, is not typically conducive to targeting humans. When sharks do bite humans, it is often a case of sample biting, where the shark releases the person after realizing they are not their preferred prey. This behavior indicates curiosity rather than predation. The mistaken identity theory suggests that shark attacks on humans are cases of mistaken identity, where the shark confuses a human, often a surfer or swimmer, with its natural prey. The silhouette of a surfer on a board can resemble that of a seal from below, leading to these rare mistaken bites. Once the shark realizes the mistake, it usually does not continue the attack, further suggesting that humans are not the intended prey of great white sharks. Most interactions between humans and great white sharks occur without incident. Surfers, divers, and swimmers share the waters with sharks regularly, with sharks often showing indifference to their presence. Research and observation have shown that great whites can be curious and may approach humans in the water, but aggressive behavior is not the norm. This curiosity is a far cry from the predatory aggression associated with the man-eater myth. The man-eater myth has significant consequences for great white shark conservation. Fear and misunderstanding can lead to support for culling programs or indifference to the shark's plight. Great white sharks play a crucial role in marine ecosystems as apex predators, helping to maintain the balance of marine life. Their decline can have cascading effects on ocean health. The myth of the great white shark as a solitary predator. Contrary to the long-held belief that great whites are lone hunters, evidence now suggests that these sharks may engage in complex social interactions and even exhibit forms of social hierarchy. Through the use of satellite tagging and drone surveillance, scientists have observed great whites gathering in certain areas, often around abundant food sources, and interacting with one another in ways that suggest a level of social organization. One of the most fascinating discoveries is the shark's behavior around the Neptune Islands in South Australia, a known great white hotspot. Here, researchers have documented sharks displaying what appears to be a form of social respect, with larger, more dominant sharks feeding first on prey or bait, while smaller sharks wait their turn. Such observations challenge the notion of the great white as a solitary predator, indicating that they recognize and possibly respect a social hierarchy when it comes to feeding. There is also emerging evidence that great white sharks may engage in cooperative hunting tactics. While this behavior is still being studied, some scientists believe that great whites might work together to herd prey or take turns attacking prey, maximizing their chances of a successful hunt. This level of cooperation would require a degree of social communication and coordination not previously attributed to these sharks. The migration patterns of great white sharks have also provided insights into their social behavior. Tracking data has revealed that great whites undertake long migrations across oceans, but often return to the same locations annually, leading to temporary aggregations of sharks. These gatherings are not just random, they may serve as opportunities for mating, feeding, or possibly even learning from one another. The myth of the great white shark as an invulnerable apex predator, reigning supreme and unchecked in the ocean's ecosystems, is a misconception that overlooks the numerous challenges and vulnerabilities these animals face. Despite their impressive size, strength, and status at the top of the food chain, great white sharks are far from invincible. Perhaps the most formidable predator of the great white shark is the orca, or killer whale. There have been documented instances where orcas have preyed on great white sharks. In some of these encounters, orcas have been observed targeting the liver of great whites, a nutrient-rich organ, using precise and strategic attacks. These incidents have led to great white sharks vacating areas where orcas are present, indicating the significant impact orcas can have on great white behavior and distribution. Great white sharks are often caught as bycatch in commercial fishing operations targeting other species. Although many countries have laws protecting great whites, illegal fishing and insufficient enforcement of these laws continue to pose significant threats. Additionally, overfishing of their prey can force sharks to venture closer to human-populated areas in search of food, increasing the likelihood of human-shark conflicts. The demand for shark fins in certain cultures, where shark fin soup is considered a delicacy, has led to the practice of shark finning, where the fins are removed and the shark is thrown back into the ocean, often still alive but unable to survive. While great whites are protected against this practice in many regions, illegal finning still occurs. Trophy hunting, although less common, also poses a threat to these sharks. Pollution, particularly plastic pollution and chemical runoff, can affect the health of marine ecosystems and, by extension, the great white shark population. Habitat destruction, such as the degradation of coastal nursery areas, also impacts their breeding success and survival rates of juveniles. Great white sharks have a slow reproductive rate, with females not reaching sexual maturity until they are around 15 years old, and then only giving birth to a few pups every 2 to 3 years. This low reproductive rate makes their populations particularly vulnerable to decline. The effects of climate change, including ocean warming and acidification, can impact the distribution and availability of prey for great white sharks, forcing them to adapt to new areas or face starvation. Changes in sea temperature can also affect breeding patterns and the survival of young sharks. While adult great white sharks have few natural predators, young sharks are vulnerable to predation by other large sharks, including other great whites. Competition for food with other apex predators such as orcas can also pose a challenge, especially in areas where their habitats overlap. The myth that sharks, particularly great whites, have a particular affinity for human blood is a dramatic oversimplification and largely inaccurate portrayal of shark behavior and preferences. This myth has been perpetuated by sensationalized media and folklore, often depicting sharks as voracious predators with a specific taste for humans. However, scientific research and observations paint a very different picture of shark behavior and their interactions with humans. These prey items provide the energy-rich diet necessary to sustain their large size and active lifestyle. Sharks are equipped with highly developed sensory systems that allow them to detect chemical signals in the water, including blood, from great distances. However, the notion that sharks are especially attracted to human blood is not supported by scientific evidence. Experiments conducted to test sharks' reactions to different types of blood have shown that sharks can distinguish between the blood of their preferred prey and human blood. In these experiments, sharks exhibited more interest in the blood of marine mammals than in human blood. This suggests that sharks are not instinctively drawn to humans as a food source, and that any interest in human blood is likely due to its presence in the water, rather than a specific preference. The myth that sharks love human blood often leads to a misunderstanding of why sharks might bite humans. Most shark bites on humans are believed to be cases of mistaken identity, where the shark confuses a human for its usual prey, especially in conditions of poor visibility. Other bites may be exploratory, as sharks often use their mouths to investigate unfamiliar objects in their environment. It's important to note that despite their powerful sensory abilities, sharks do not have hands to explore their surroundings, so they may bite out of curiosity rather than aggression or hunger. Sharks contribute to the biodiversity of marine ecosystems. As apex predators, they help maintain the health of the ocean by controlling the population of prey species, which in turn influences the distribution and health of seagrass beds and coral reefs. The presence of sharks is an indicator of the overall health of marine ecosystems. Their decline can lead to the collapse of local fisheries and negatively impact other marine life, leading to a decrease in biodiversity. Sharks are valuable to the economy, particularly through ecotourism. Shark diving is a growing industry that can bring significant income to coastal communities, offering an alternative to destructive fishing practices. Establishing marine protected areas, MPAs, and shark sanctuaries where fishing is restricted or banned provide safe havens for sharks to breed and feed. These areas help in the recovery of shark populations and the protection of critical habitats. Implementing stricter fishing regulations such as quotas, size limits, and the prohibition of shark finning are essential measures. These regulations aim to reduce overfishing and bycatch, which are major threats to shark populations. Participating in international agreements, such as the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, CITES, helps regulate the trade of shark products and protect endangered species. Great white sharks are far more complex and fascinating than myths suggest. By debunking these myths, we can foster a better understanding of these majestic creatures and their crucial role in the ocean's ecosystems. It's imperative that we continue to advocate for their conservation, not only for their sake, but for the health of the entire marine environment. Thank you for watching the video. If you have questions, write them in the comments, and also check out our channel. We have some more interesting videos.